Every show has its most liked and disliked characters, and just like that, The Expanse also comes with a variety of characters. The show's a mix of adventure and politics, which is why several characters are unlikable, while others are good people, and we love them. In this video, let's look at the 5 most liked and disliked characters in The Expanse. So without any further ado, here we go. First up, Amos is someone everyone likes. Amos is probably the most loved character in the series, mostly because of the way he sees the world. Given his humble background on planet Earth, fans consider him a savior who would go the extra mile in order to keep himself and the people who are close to him safe and alive. Sometimes, people confuse him with being cold or even a sociopath because he barely ever shows any kind of emotions. But from what we've noticed, he's the kind of person everyone needs when something must be done in hectic circumstances. That lack of emotion also makes him a bit funny and allows the viewers to get a nice laugh whenever he comes up with the most awkward responses while his face stays completely emotionless. Not just that, his story is interesting. In the beginning, we all saw him as a potential antagonist, but there he's a fan favorite now. Also, he's handsome. Up next, we have Drummer, whom we obviously like. No one ever disliked her, and that's her power. Since the day she was introduced in the series, it was known that there was no way we could ever dislike her. She appeared as Fred Johnson's second in command at Tycho Station for the first time. But the good part is that she got to tell a story of her own too. Her character has developed a lot over the episodes, and the character we knew as a follower has now become a badass leader who leads the behemoth. Not just that, she and Naomi share a beautiful friendship, which makes her even more likable. But her loyalty towards Fred makes her charismatic. And not to mention, we're totally looking forward to the developments in her relationship with Ashford. Following up is Naomi, and there's no doubt we love her. You may see people call her too cringe and even whiny on social media, but the fact that she's one of the most liked characters on the show doesn't change. A black actress playing the leading role, that, also an engineer, was just an unbelievably pleasurable sight, and we think that Dominique Tipper did justice to her. First off, we love her for her intelligence and expertise. We wonder if the crew can function without her. After all, she's considered one of the most talented engineers in the solar system. Apart from that, her romantic relationship with James makes it even more interesting to watch. And most importantly, she has a kind heart and is a good person. Even if we think that she's selfish at times, we can't ignore all the times she was completely selfless and did everything to help the people around her. But one thing though, the last time we saw her, she was always crying, and that was kind of annoying. Then we have Alex, and he's one of our favorites too. The one who controls the Rocinante is definitely the cool guy. He's from Mars, which makes him an elite guy as well. Apart from that, he's probably one of the best pilots in the solar system. However, what we love about him is his past. Yes, his troubled past and the tragedy he bears in his heart. He left his family, and now he's trying hard to move on, but it seems like he'll need to apologize for what he's done. Apparently, redemption is his way out. Not just that, just like Drummer, he also keeps friendships in high regard. In short, he's a good, loyal friend to have. And on top of that, his advice can't go wrong. For that, we call him a genius. If it weren't for him, Holden and his crew wouldn't even be alive by now. Moving on, Detective Josephus has all our respect. He's the kind of character who you can't just love. He's someone you'd want to respect. Since the show started, he's been one of the most important characters, and it seems like the condition will stay like that till the end. When he was first introduced to the show, he was working for Star Helix Security at Ceres Station. However, he was later assigned a task to find a girl named Julie Mao. Interestingly, he got obsessed with finding her. His obsession then led him to discover Protomolecule, and then even played a significant role in removing it from the Aero Station. Not just that, it wouldn't be wrong to call him a genius, because if it wasn't for him, Holden wouldn't have been able to get his hands on an incredible secret in in Season 4. Now, let's have a look at the first character we can't stand. No one can compare to Adolphus when it comes to being someone whom no one can stand. Honestly, when the show began, he wasn't a bad guy, but it looks like time made him one. In fact, many fans are actually waiting for him to die. That's how bad it has gotten. At the same time, others want Amos to whoop Adolphus up. He's the head of security for Royal Charter Energy on Edward Israel, and was tasked to discover some findings that a Belter group made at New Terra. However, things didn't go his way, and several people were killed due to a landing mishap. And that's how the Murdy we know now was born. He kept a grudge against the Belters, and this grudge turned into a whole war. Murdy kept looking for all the culprits who caused the crash. Fans hate him for several reasons, the most important being his bloodshed-loving nature. But can we really hate him for wanting revenge? We mean, yes, he's definitely a monster, but he used to be good. Not just that, Marco Inaros isn't one to be liked either. He's got that charisma and is probably the most handsome bad guy we've seen so far, but that doesn't mean we can bear his existence in the show. Let's be real, there's no logical point that could explain why he is even on the show. On top of that, the character itself is extremely annoying and manipulative. He's an OPA operative and has some sick beliefs about getting power from Mars and Earth by force. Not just that, he's also a big hunk who's a total coward. He'd invite death and hide behind his followers when it finally arrived. Not to mention, he's also the father of Naomi's son, and there's no way in we could believe that Naomi slept with this guy without being manipulated. It shows what kind of a guy he is. And most importantly, many fan theories suggest that he might be the real villain in the series. However, if we look at his character up until the recent installment, it's hard to tell whether he's just a bad guy or a villain. Up next, we have Sadavir. He's powerful and clearly doesn't use the power in the right ways. He's the kind we could call a political monster. Sadavir's most hated trait is his ability to get his hands on everything he wants. He knows how to drive conversations in the direction he likes, and that annoys the heck out of many fans. Also, he was involved in hiding the Protomolecule, which ultimately makes him someone bad. So yeah, we can't stand him. Throw him out. Also, we can't stand Anderson Dawes. Let's see, he's a Belter, and being a true Belter will only make you become a hateful person. Along with that, he's also a leader, a selfish one to be precise, and only drives his troops while he himself never does anything, even when the situation requires him to take some action. Just like Marco, he's also an extremely manipulative character, and the misuse of his power is what makes him so annoying. In fact, fans show serious hate for him very often. If only he could get his mind straight and act more like a responsible guy. Finally, let's talk about Jules-Pierre. Pierre was also one of the people involved in causing all the trouble with the Protomolecule in the solar system. He was the one leading that whole thing alongside Sadavir, and was also equally responsible for hiding it. What we hate the most about him is that he allowed testing the molecule on kids, trying to convert those innocent souls into some killing machines. But karma hit him hard, and his daughter died due to the same Protomolecule. However, it wasn't enough for him to stop and reflect on his actions. At times, it even feels like the guy is crazy and needs some serious mental health checkups, because his actions really make us wonder how deluded one can be. If you're going to throw Sadavir, tie this guy along with him. We can't stand him either. In fact, throw both of them in some mental asylum. And with this, it's time for us to wrap this video up, fam. What are your thoughts about this video? Do let us know in the comments below. Also, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. We'll be back with more amazing videos. See you in the next one.